Last time on
Danganronpa.
Blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim? The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand. Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
Lupero died because of a blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
Lupero was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo. Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak. We put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there?
Protecting you.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we? Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
peace, but only inside the school. Aw, that's cute. And Hero was right. Peace, but only for us. Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Her claim? Oh, that's right, I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? Yes, this is an obvious ploy. The same lie we just read at the end of the last episode before we, well, killed Kyoko on accident. It's actually a bad ending, and it is missable. So you do have to kind of go and get it. So unfortunately we have to now, well, because we got the other way, and we can't run away because it'll automatically tell us we can't, we have to let it go like the movie Frozen. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone! There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You
trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
I would do the A thing, but I'm just blah. This is just wow. Yeah, we did get an A for the trial.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Fuck you! I thought I was your damn friend! Sorry. Oh, go jump in a lake, cow! It's all your fault. Oh, shove! I hope Byakuya chokes you! And you can go screw yourself! Everyone, you're wrong! Y'all are wrong, I didn't do it!
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone! Good job.
Yeah.
They got it right. No, I know that's not true. No, this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make sense. This room is fucking tacky as hell.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense! Oh god, this is not going well. The same as always, just like all the other class trials, I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, puzzle-filling, thrilling punishment! Wait, why do I? You traitor, Kyoko! Traitor, I trusted you! Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Again, you know what I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna say it. It's in the first part of the... I put it in the first video that's linked to all the executions and all that. So yeah, you know what time it is. I'll see you after the execution. Well, that was one hell of a wee.
What?
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be!
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is that some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He was a planet when he invaded my network! Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you have finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you always talking like you've already won? Barely fell a thing. It was a pinch, an inch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Yeah, I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. He waits away a garbage through a pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what the hell is going on? It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
No, now it's the mastermind that's its name.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon, indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in the top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With 100 years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. You're standing there at the gates of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students? What's me? Man, you must have hit your head. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but... what was I doing asleep here just now? Wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah? Well, this place is shitty. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then... I was awake. Was it... or was this just another dream? Dream instead of hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell! There's a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. a heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen! After what my good friend went through to save me! Remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. He's an awesome friend. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was start looking for a way out of here. I don't think we can climb up, so I think that's the only way out. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Probably all of them, because it's in... Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive! As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. For making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was sing the ending theme to Black Butler, and then fall asleep. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Got crunch! Oh, sounds like something else went wee. What the? Okay, daily trash dump. The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? You know, we should... I should check out the other stuff first. It can wait. Let's see. Oh, there's a rocket from the opening. That's a rocket! And a tank! I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. A tank down here. Oh, God. This is a desk. Probably the one that fell down here with me. Makes you wonder how you could have escaped that. I mean, couldn't you just put the desk and ran? Oh well, MST3K logic. If you're wondering how eat and breathe and other science facts, just take a moment to think to yourself, you better just relax. Is that an airplane? That doesn't look like that wind up in the school's garbage pit. I probably bluffed the mantra a little bit, but I'm in a rush for reading the text between these, so don't mind me. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I can't really stretch my hand out toward whatever was it that tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells
You.
awful.
You got trash on your head. This is actually a pretty famous site right here, by the way. Kyoko! You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko, and I don't know whether to hug you or punch you, but... you got a bit of garbage in your hair. Which is now why you're famous for it. In a lot of fan things. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and then faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We can talk once you're finished. Oh my god, food! Thank you! Water. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. In a second, it was in my mouth and made its way towards my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot! I got all the energy I need to keep going! So, you still haven't given up then? Of course not, I got you, don't I? For all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. I'm glad she's here. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me besides owing me?
So...
Pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You're trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there's a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Well, talk to us, tell her what it is. Why'd you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is so I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Host Week Academy for one very important reason. Yep, this is a lot of it. So what reason do you have for coming to Hope Speak? That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I've forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Amnesia? Then is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing! You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. I fainted too. And when I woke up, I know a strange feeling of separation within myself.
It would seem...
Disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. That time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. The mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean... somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. Oh my! That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you out, or at least me?
Why is that?
I would have helped you out. If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, if it is, it must be Byakuya. But don't make too big a deal of it, it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, you can't ignore it, right? Mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she wouldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there's a limit to what I could do by myself. Which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because, among everyone, you're the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. Plus, I might be smitten now.
Understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked for your help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. It's you. Kyoko, it's you. So you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, right? So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Fucking called it! Yeah, that was a pretty obvious one. I mean, that one just stood out there. Let's see, does it fix yet? If I'm correct, it does fix later on, but not now. We called it the ultimate detective? And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why'd you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains... An alter ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
What?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? Oh, damn. My memory hasn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense! But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile in that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. Remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It it's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. But what do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You'll need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Dang.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor doors, there were no cameras and no monitors, and yes, we had to do this again. So I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I believe you. I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means... everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
what I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?! I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial, and the alternate ending. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Host Peak Academy at your own discretion. That is rule number 4. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. With that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Oh, I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... oh, she was going for both, he or she was going for both of us during the night. I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had some sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
that was the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, an attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have any conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? Another starburst? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. It's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words...
it means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out who the mastermind's identity. The mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair! There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, The ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. They're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Indeed.
Then there, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Dang. 100 Mile Dash, Fan Junkie, Chapter 5 is done. 6 surviving students still. To be continued. We received a Dream Island rocket present. So next episode we're gonna go into chapter 6. We got 5 alive. I hope you had fun. And Johnny 5 alive. I hope you had fun. I'll see you on the next one. See you then. How do I close this one out? You can tell that the mastermind is losing officially. I mean, he had to go after Makoto and all this. Makes you wonder, right? But now that we've heard both endings to the execution, I would like to bring up an important point that they even bring up well, that's not really brought up on soundtrack, but you can tell the difference between the two endings. I'm gonna let you listen to both of them real quick, and we'll compare the differences, okay? Let me just find the first one we'll be listening to. I got them tucked into a player. The first one is the lessons for the mysterious... Extra lessons for the exterior... mysterious, that was... blah. So let me let you listen to that, and then we'll come right back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Now, I'm gonna let you listen to... Let's see, there's another one in here, I gotta find it. It's hard to find the right one sometimes. Extra Lessons for the Unlucky is the other one. I'll let you listen to that for a little bit, and then when we get back, we'll compare the two. You guys happen to hear something in there. They actually change the tracks depending on which execution's going on. Kyoko had more of a guitar, Makoto had more of a drum track. That's a little curious, a little thing that I picked up on during this that you might find interesting, might not. But it gives a point to talk about, so we're talking about it in the closing. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you on the next one for the start of Chapter 6. See you then.